Hi, good afternoon. Hi, everyone. I'm Isabella. I'm here with you with In the House Media, and we're here today with Miss Debbie Jackson, the wife of the late Mr. Hal Jackson, who is also the founder of the Hal Jackson Talented Teens International, and also former host of WBLS-FM. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Jeff Red, who is also the co-host of the Hell Jackson Talented Teens International Foundation. How are you today, Mr. Red?
I am wonderful. How are you today?
I am great. I am great. So, Mr. Reed, I know that we have Miss Jackson coming on today, and
Hmm.
thank you so much for joining us here today at Indian House Media. I'm Isabella, and it's just
Hmm.
a pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure. And the name is Red, not Reed. Redd.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm sorry, I'm having some audio issues. Hold on. Are you able to hear me okay, Mr. Red?
I can hear you fine.
Hold on one second. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
Are you still able to hear me okay?
Yes, I am.
I'm not hearing you, and that's why I'm asking because I can't hear anything that you're saying. And now,
Okay. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello,
Hello?
hello.
Can you hear
Can
me?
you? I can hear you, Debbie. Can you hear me?
I was at the other link.
I'm sorry, bear with
We'll
me.
talk about that after the show.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear us?
I can
You can hear me, right, Debbie?
yes I can, but her mic is muted.
No, I can't hear it. I
Now we
can't
can
hear.
hear you. Now we can hear you.
You
Can
can
you
hear
hear me?
me. Hi, Miss Jackson. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm having some. I can't hear you, but thank you so much for joining us here today, Miss Jackson. It's such a pleasure to meet you, and I do apologize that I'm not able to hear. So I'm going to try to walk through this and manage to be able to hear what you're saying without the sound. So, but anyway, so thank you again, Miss Jackson, for joining us today. So, how are you today, Miss Jackson?
I'm very well. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. Um, so, Miss Jackson, just so can you just tell us a little bit more about the Hal Jackson Foundation?
Sure, it's the Youth Development Foundation, and it was started back in the late 70s. So, I mean, the early 70s. So, we're talking 5 decades ago. And what it was for young ladies 13 to 17 with performing talents. We would have competitions across the United States, the Caribbean, Canada, and it even moved into Africa. And we would award scholarships, prizes, and intercultural travel. And it ended in 2010, but I partnered with Black Women for Black Girls, and we're still awarding scholarships. And I must say proudly that in the 50 years that we have been awarding scholarships, we've awarded over $2.5 million in scholarships, prizes, and intercultural travel.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that information, Ms. Jackson. I know that this foundation, I'm sure it means a lot to you, being that it's, one of the missions that your late husband, Mr. Hal Jackson, started out. And so, can you just share with us the impact that the foundation is actually has had on the community?
Oh, well, I would say that because of the people who have come through talented teams, those individuals have impacted the community. And some of those individuals were Cheryl Lee Ralph, Taraji P. Henson, Jada Pinkett Smith, Evelyn Champagne King, Cece Peniston, let's see, Allison Williams, Regina Bell. Um, we had a ballet dancer who was the principal dancer for the Dance Theater of Harlem. And then she now is the director of the Dance Theater of Harlem in the dance area. We also have a judge, Miss Tanya Kennedy, who is a Supreme Court judge in the state of New York. And all of them have impact. Oh, and Dr. Susan Johnson Cook. She was appointed by the Obama administration as an ambassador to the United States. So uh, our impact has been how we have impacted the lives of the young ladies that have come through the Youth Development Foundation and Talented Teens International.
Oh, wonderful. Sounds like that. Of course, that has been some great information and wonderful things that Mr. Jackson has been doing within the community. So, what motivates you, Miss Jackson, to keep the work of the foundation going?
Just to keep our young people educated. They need help. I mean, when I'm sure when you and Jeff and I went to college, we didn't have to pay the kind of money that is being
No.
charged by those colleges, and it's unbelievable. So anything that we can do to help, that's why we're going to keep doing it. As long as there's money in the coffers, we're going to keep giving out those scholarships.
Thank you so much, Miss Jackson. That's absolutely wonderful. And so I know that this really has been somewhat of a life changing event for you. So, having to take over the foundation after your late husband. So, what was the most defining moment in your life that became a game changer?
The game changer. Oh boy, just being married to him. He was a wonderful individual. We were married for 25 years, and if you knew him, you would love him. He was a humble individual. He was the type person where, okay, there was one day we were going to the radio station, and the radio station at that point was at 801 Second Avenue. Second Avenue is a 6-lane street running one way, and he said he had to go over to the other side of the street. I said, why is he going over there? So we walked over, and I'm thinking he's going to the store. But he didn't go to the store. He went across the street to give money to a beggar. And he said to me, that guy is usually on the other side of the street. I said, wow, okay. You know,
Yeah.
he was just that type of individual, just humble. He would take you in. He would try to make you be the best that you can be. And as a matter of fact, while I was on the radio with him, um, he always had me as Debbie B. He never told anybody that I was his wife, and I would always say that, Teddy Pendergrass was my boyfriend, and Prince was my boyfriend, and Jeff Red was my boyfriend. All was my boyfriend. He never
Yeah.
let anyone know that we were married because he wanted me to shine and have
Right.
my own character, and that's the kind of guy that he was.
Yeah. Um, I know, I know it has to be something that, like I say, having to, take over and, be in charge and, having to deal with so much that changed your life. So, what makes you or gives you the drive as the inspirational person you are today?
Oh God, you got to
God,
put God first.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that definitely, that's the ultimate. Definitely, definitely. Um, So, as you continue on with the mission of Mr. Jackson, with the Hal Jackson Foundation, how do you see your influence evolving in the years to come?
Well, what I would like to do, my ultimate goal would be right now we're giving 5 scholarships to 5 young ladies. And that's all, just the 5. And then we go for another 5. What I would like to do is to follow the 5 throughout the 4 years that they're in college and give them $1,000 for each year that they maintain that 3.0 or better. That, if, if I had the money, that's what I would be doing.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so that's wonderful. So, again, Miss Jackson, well, I know that that your time and your schedule is very, very busy, and we very appreciative of you taking time out of your busy schedule today to come with us here on In the House Media. And now, if someone wanted to find out more about the Hal Jackson Foundation, would you like to share the information on the foundation as well as you know, any other work that you're doing that can, be most helpful to any of the youth in the community that wants to be a part of the Hal Jackson Foundation.
Sure. You could go to youthdevelopmentfoundation.org and you can find out anything you want to find out from our beginnings up until 2010. You can see what we're doing with Black Women for Black Girls and how we're awarding those scholarships. And then again, on November 9th, we're having the Hot R&B fundraiser that's going to be at Bergen Pack. You can get tickets there at bergenpack.org. And on that show is Howard Hewitt, the Ladies of Sky, Melissa Morgan, who's a former talented teen, the Bells 2.0, and my boyfriend, Jeff Red.
That's right. Correct the mundo.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Had a little bit of feedback in the background. So, Ms. Jackson, once again, I want to thank you for coming on today and sharing your time with us today. And we're actually looking forward to hearing more about your future endeavors. Now, I am aware that there is an event that's coming up that's going to be a tribute in honor of the late Mr. Hal Jackson. Would you like to provide us a little details around that as well?
Right. As I said, it's on Thursday, November 9th. It's at Bergen Performing Arts Center, and that's in Englewood, New Jersey. And to get tickets, they you can get the tickets at bergenpack.org. The tickets are $45 to $85. And there's a VIP reception that's happening prior to that. Those tickets are $125. And it's all for the Youth Development Foundation and awarding scholarships to young ladies.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Jackson, for providing us that information and sharing this wonderful event that's coming up. That's going to be honoring your husband, your late husband. And again, we do appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule today to join us. And Mr. Jeffrey, Red, I'm sorry,
Red.
would you
That's right.
like to add something, anything additional today for this interview?
No, I think Debbie covered everything. The one thing I would say that this organization is just like a great organization, and everyone who's out there listening, please come out, support. Even if you don't come to the show, you can still go to the website and make a donation so we can get these young ladies a scholarship so that they can continue on and do better things in life.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And there you have it. And to our followers, we want to thank you for joining us today here on In the House Media with Miss Betty B. Jackson, who is the wife of the former of the late Mr. Hal Jackson. And until the next time, stay tuned to hear more on with In the House Media. Thank you so much for joining us today, and you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.